When you have to look at one of the most controversial and perhaps one of the most defining images of the Oval Test match, this was it. Before the start of the Test match, there were heated exchanges between Lee Fortis, the Oval groundsman, and Gautam Gambhir. Gautam Gambhir told Lee Fortis, you do not tell us what to do. This was in response to Lee Fortis saying, you guys are too close to the pitch, stay off it. But then Lee Fortis got a lot of trolling because for the same thing, McCullum was there when Lee Fortis was talking at that stage and he didn't raise that much of an objection. Typical snooty behavior, typical obnoxious behavior. Who was at fault here? Now in a podcast, Matthew Hayden and Greg Blewett, two former Australian cricketers, have weighed in on this particular situation. Because Matthew Hayden was of the opinion that this kind of a situation, it happens typically in England. This is typical England situation. England curators will make it difficult on Gautam Gambhir. They realized, okay, this is the final test, series online, series at stake, let's make it difficult on Gautam Gambhir. But Matthew Hayden says, Gautam Gambhir could have used better language. Reality is, his team is trying to train for an important test match. He's trying to maintain a balanced viewpoint and saying, okay, he could have used better language. But at the heat of the moment, you realize you are in the zone, you want to prepare for a very important test match, and bingo, he just is focused on that. Whatever was the language used, whatever was the way it was done, it kind of did not go down well with a lot of people on both sides of the spectrum. Greg Blewett, the former Australian player, has also said, you can't get anywhere near it, but I haven't got spikes on. This is a very ridiculous concept that he's saying, that what is this so-called thing that you cannot come near the pitch, but I don't have any spikes on, I'm just wearing normal shoes, I'm not trying to alter the pitch conditions. What is this particular protective behavior that is there? He's criticized that particular aspect a lot. It is quite ridiculous. I get the frustration, but I agree that the language that he used wasn't great. So both Matthew Hayden and Greg Blewett are saying the language that Gambhir used wasn't great. But in a way, Lee Fortis kind of brought it upon himself, because when you are gearing up for the test match and when most of the players don't have their proper kit on, they're just training, why stop them? Why don't you make the pitch strictly off limits for all the teams and don't have double standards in that sense? Gambhir's use of the language, it was a sign of new India. Maybe perhaps now we are not going to bow down to all these kind of diktats. We are doing what we think is right. We are not trying to damage the pitch or do anything in that sense. British people ordering us at this point in time is just not going to work. And that's exactly what Gautam Gambhir stated. But at the same time, language, that's a very subjective thing. What do you think? Could Gambhir have used better language? Or was Gambhir right in giving it back to Lee Fortis at the Oval? The verdict is still out on that. Many people still are debating upon that, whether Gambhir was right or wrong. You can write those in the comments. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.